we would do nationwide campaigns for those franchises. Had clients that you might be familiar with, like Supercuts and Cost Cutters, among several other clients. And it was all online advertising, so I was just fortunate to ride that wave at the time. And I always wanted to do a home-based, a direct sales company, an internet company. A friend of mine by the name of Cameron had founded a company called Price Grabber, which was the first price comparison shopping engine. And this was literally, if you look at this, it was in the late 90s. And with Price Grabber, it was, again, and it was really at the forefront of e-commerce, right at really the same time that Amazon also launched. And what he did was basically, what his product did is it went out and searched the internet and found the best prices. And when I talked to him, because he was a friend of mine, and when I talked to him and we talked about the trends that were happening on the internet, we talked about really e-commerce and the growth of e-commerce, and what we also saw was going to be the growth in mobile. And so with that, that's really the basis with Shopping Sherlock was found, was really to be able to take advantage of the trends that were happening in the marketplace and that we knew were going to continue to happen. And this was, the company was founded in May of 2012. So really 2013 was our first full year in business. We expanded into Europe, got some great traction in Europe. In fact, just to let you know, well, I'll digress, but get back to that. So we expanded into Europe. 2013 had a really good, solid first year. This year, 2014, is our second full year, and we will triple from our first year. And we've over the 2 years put down a great foundation. We've had very good success here in North America. Also started to get some good success in Europe, and now we're positioned really and have the foundation to be able to start to really scale and ramp up. And so we're really excited that when we look at the Asian market, and I'm going to give you some numbers here that you can understand. We're just really excited that Japan is really going to be the launch pad for us. And coming down, if you look at Tokyo, which is the biggest city in Japan, to be able to have this initial event here at the Pink Cow, we're actually really excited because it's talking about grassroots marketing at its best. So that's a little bit about the company, and the product that we have. Basically, what it does is it finds the best deals on products and services. And we have affiliate relationships with the top affiliate networks all around the world. And so, when we go into a country, and we usually wait till we have, from a growth standpoint, 500 distributors, and when we have 500 distributors, we'll go in and then fully customize the app for that specific country. In that country's language, we'll bring in the top e-commerce companies basically and develop the partnerships over there. That's what we've done around the rest of the world, and that's what we're really looking forward to being able to do also in Japan and then the springboard of Asia. And when you look at some of the success stories in Japan and e-commerce, and you look at the Yahoo Japans, and you look at the Amazon and what Amazon's done over there, and you look at some of these the chat companies now, like the Kakao and Line, and you look at Rakuten and the growth of Rakuten over there, we're perfectly positioned, with those other companies to be able to take advantage of that growth. The difference is when you give away our product for free, basically. So you give our product away for free, and unlike those other companies who you have built basically by telling other people about it, like for example with Facebook, telling other people about Facebook and even providing the content that continues to get people to come back to Facebook that they actually monetize. The difference is with our company is that when you refer people to the product and you give the product away for free, you actually make money. And you build a team of people that do the same thing. So it's a very simple, easy concept, and you can do it anywhere in the world. And that's one of the things that we're really excited about. It's a worldwide opportunity that you can do right from your own home. And if you look at the growth of technology and the ability now to be able to work from your home and do and run a worldwide business. I mean, here I'm on in Japan right now. We've got Desmond, who's over in Vancouver in Canada. We've got Brandon on the line in Los Angeles. So, with technology now, you can build a worldwide business. And with the internet, it reaches around the world. And I'm going to tell you again, I'm going to relay to you some of the growth figures that are happening in your space that you're in Japan. Now, Japan is the third largest e-commerce market in the world. The third largest e-commerce market in the world, behind China and the U.S. And China just in this year has basically just finally overtaken the U.S. and is actually the largest market in the world right now. The U.S. is second and Japan is third. But if you look also at the growth and you look at 2011 to 2014, or actually to 2013, the growth in e-commerce has been, it's growing in Japan at a rate of 28% per year. Around the world, e-commerce went from $55 billion, just to give you some context, from $55 billion in 1993, in 2003 to $1 trillion in 2012. So from $55 billion to $1 trillion in less than a decade, and it's still growing at 20% per year. And you know that they say that by 2016, actually, so 2 years from now, the Asian market alone will be $1 trillion market, and that 42% of all e-commerce will be done in Asia. So when you look at that, and you look at the rest of the world, you look at North America and Europe and South America, Latin America, and you look at the fact that almost half will be done in Asia, I hope that gives you a little bit of an understanding of really where the opportunity lies. And then if you look at also the growth in mobile, and I know you guys are seeing it right now, but everything also now is going towards mobile and mobile commerce, the way people are accessing the internet. And just to give you an idea, literally in 2012, they had, in 2013, and I'm just relaying these statistics to you, 56 million people in Japan actually accessed the internet via their mobile phones. 56 million, and they're expecting by next year it'll be 93 million. So literally in about 3 years, it's almost going to double with the amount of people that now access the internet and subsequently are shopping on mobile phones. And that's why we're so excited. We've got our mobile product right now is in beta. It's going to be launching actually in September at our international convention in London. And basically what it's going to enable you to do is it's going to enable you to find the best price on a product. It also allows you, if you're in Tokyo, to be able to see what restaurants, what companies are offering specials and deals and so forth. It's going to have all the daily deals as well. So it'll really be the one place that you can go to find the best deals on everything. And it's interesting that when surveys have been done in Japan, and they ask people, why do they buy online? The number one reason is because it's cheaper, and the number two reason is because they don't have to worry about store hours. But the number one reason is it's cheaper. And when you look at the sites, basically, that the Japanese are going to, the number one reason that they'll go to a specific e-commerce site is for price. And that's exactly what our application, what Shopping Sherlock does. It goes out, it basically searches the internet for the best price for you and delivers it right then and there. The difference is, again, as you share our product with people, you make money from it and you participate in the growth. And I don't want to talk about really a lot of money here, but I can tell you in 2 years we had our first $1 million earner. And he was actually from the UK. His name is Simon Brooks. was our first $1 million earner. And when you look at the marketplace and you compare the UK, because his business is primarily in the UK, but when you compare the UK market to the Japanese market alone, in the UK market they have 64 million people. In Japan it's 127 million. It's twice the market. And we had our first millionaire basically that came out of the UK. So there's a lot of money to be, a lot of opportunity here. Our pay plan, and probably go over a little bit. We pay out 68% of every dollar that comes in gets paid out to the field in commissions. And again, with our business, it's about simple and duplicatable. And what you do is you give the app away for free. You make money as people benefit, and you build a team of people that do the same thing. And you've got a great group going over there. Right now you've got with Dino, who was really one of the pioneers there in Japan. And also, we're just very honored to have Tracy on board. And Tracy is an interesting story. I really got to meet her for the first time the other night. But I've done a little research on her as well. She's a California girl who moved out to Japan and has had a lot of success over there. And Tracy's a visionary. She was one of the first person that actually brought Bitcoin into Japan, into Tokyo there through her machine in her restaurant, her Bitcoin machine. She really understands a lot of where things are going, and and is very entrepreneurial, as with the Pink Cow. So we just very, very fortunate to have her on board, and Desmond and Reggie and some of the other leaders over there, especially Desmond as well in Vancouver. And then Brandon Ivy, who you're going to hear from a little bit as well. The one thing that I'll tell you with companies like this, that are a direct sales company, but also a company that's in front of these incredible trends that we talked about in e-commerce and also mobile. If you, in an ideal situation like any company, you want to get in just as the company is really starting and about to go into momentum, and then hope it becomes a legacy company. A company like a Nu Skin or an Herbalife, something along those lines, or in the technology space like a Yahoo, a Google, an Amazon, an eBay, a Rakuten, a Line. It's one of those companies that you'll see a credible growth, and then hopefully becomes a legacy company. And that's what we are with Shopping Sherlock. E-commerce and mobile is not going away. It's only going to get bigger. It's still the growth, especially there in Asia, is going to be huge. And what we do is really have positioned you to be able to capitalize on these trends, and finally have the average person be able to profit from these trends. A lot of these big companies go in, you build it for them, you don't share, and again, you have no ability to be able to share in the profit. The great thing about Shopping Sherlock is we actually reward you for the efforts, and finally give you an opportunity to be able to profit from these incredible trends. So again, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the ability to be able to share with you guys. If you like what you see, there's two things really. It's does this make sense to you? Do you see it? Do you get it? Does it make sense? And do you think you can do it? Do you think you can give the product away for free and build a team? And even if you just want to share the product with people, you can still make a decent income being able to do that as well. So with that, I appreciate the ability to be able to share, and I'm going to turn it back to you, Dino.
All right, am I ready to
Okay,
go,
Brandon.
Desmond?
Yep.
All
Ready
right,
to go, Brandon.
fantastic. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule to come out and support Tracy at the Pink Cow in Tokyo. This is very, very exciting time. You had an opportunity to hear from our CEO, Mr. Michael Weeder, and like I said, he is an early morning person. He's up by 4:35 a.m. and he wanted to make sure to stay up at almost 3 a.m. our time to talk to you guys about what's really taking place and what we're so excited about. I have to give a lot of credit to all of those leaders in Japan who came up to Tokyo from Nagoya that got this started, which was Dino and Chieko and Baby Lynn. Those are the pioneers for Japan. But a little bit about myself. You know, I'm right here in Los Angeles, California, almost 3 o'clock a.m. my time. I'm very excited about what's taking place. You know, I got started in Shopping Sherlock almost a year ago. And you heard from the CEO from a corporate perspective, but I want to tell you from a representative perspective, somebody that is in the same position as you. When I saw this business, I asked a couple of questions. The first question was, is this in a great industry? And I'm not going to go over all of the stats that Michael Weeder went over, but e-commerce is the fastest growing industry on the planet, growing at 20% a year. This is the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind. And I've been blessed to be able to work from home full-time in a home-based business because of our industry. So I'm looking at something that's going to be here long-term. I'm not looking for something that's just fly-by-night, here today, gone tomorrow. I want long-term residual income. The second question I asked is this a product that I would use even if I was not a part of the company? And the answer is yes. We all use Google. We all use Facebook. We all use Twitter. We all use YouTube. It doesn't matter what country or language you're in, we're using these products and we're not getting paid to do so. So of course I will use a product that's going to help me save money on items that I'm going to buy anyway. We save the average household $150 to $300 a month. So the next question I asked was, would I give this product away, or in other words, would I share it with people that I know and love without getting paid to do so? And again, the answer is yes. We have a very, very simple business. We give away a free product, and instead of Googling it, we ask you to Sherlock it. Save yourself money on items that you're going to buy anyway. And the importance for every single one of you in the room, as Mr. Weeder said, that 42% of all e-commerce is going to be driven from the Asian market. It's got to start somewhere. This is a grand opening in the Pink Cow, the most popular restaurant in Tokyo. I wish I was there to be able to have fun with you guys tonight, eat some good food. But you guys are sitting in a better position than I am here in Los Angeles. Whoever is the first is going to maximize everything that takes place over the next few years. So I definitely want you to be able to ask questions afterwards. I want you to get with Dino himself. He's right there, traveled up from Nagoya. Tracy's the next future superstar. Whoever is attached to Tracy, I'm telling you now, whoever signs up with Tracy first, the first few people is going to be able to override and sit on top of everything. So you don't want to hesitate. You want to get started right away. Start contacting people that you know. This is the business that we're in every single country. As a matter of fact, Tracy just signed up a brand new individual in Burma. So whoever you know anywhere around the world, you can introduce them to the Sherlock. We're going to have this customized in Japanese. We're going to have presentations in Japanese. We're going to have everything for you guys. You're going to have all the support in the world that you need. And I think I'm starting to talk and ramble on too long. So I want to turn it right back on over, but I definitely want to give a lot of respect and a lot of congratulations to Tracy and Jesse, also Dino and Desmond, and also Yuzo, I know who's there, and Chieko. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And one thing that Michael did not mention that I think is very important is that we've set 5% of the company aside for those of you who helped build the company. So I'm sure you've heard of Alibaba, you've heard of WhatsApp. Those companies, WhatsApp was bought for $19 billion. Alibaba is about to go public here in the United States. $40 billion given to all the employees. So those of you who work hard and get promoted to the top positions of our company is going to be given ownership of the company. So with that, I'll turn it right back on over to you, Dino. Look forward to working with any of you guys who get started. My name is Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California. Back to you, Dino.
All right, hey guys, thanks so much for this opportunity. I'm deeply humbled and honored. I know you guys have already spent a lot of time listening to Michael Weeder speaking there, as well as Brandon, two extremely well-positioned, successful entrepreneurs. And guys, hey, some of you know who I am. I've been in Tokyo for over 12 years. I'm actually right now in Vancouver, British Columbia. And the reason I'm able to do this, I'm an international jet-setting businessman. I still have an office in Omotesando. You can visit my office on Cat Street. My wife is still in Tokyo right now doing business with restaurants and other businesses like that. But guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time. You've already heard a lot of us speaking. I'm just coming on right now just to show you guys that this can be done. Many of you know me for my restaurants, for my daycares, the different businesses I've done. I was very blessed to be invited to be introduced to this business by Dino Crawley, who introduced me to Michael Weeder. And that just shows how global this business is, guys. For many of you, I'm going to speak to you, those who are in Japan right now. I don't care what you're doing, man, whether you're an English teacher, whether you're in corporate, whether you've worked in any of the big things. I worked at Goldman Sachs. I know some of you have worked for Dentsu and many of these big companies. Okay, guys, but you get into a rut. You're stuck in Japan, and you're just doing the same old thing. You go to the same networking meetings. You meet the same people. You get drunk, and you hand out your business cards. Guys, for those of you who know me as a serial entrepreneur, I don't do something unless I know it's going to be a sure win. Now, that said, I've had my failures. I've had ups and downs. I'm speaking to you from Vancouver, British Columbia, but you will see me in Tokyo. Unfortunately, this time I just could not get away from here to get over there. I'm still working on a project here for my second home, or one of my main homes over here, as well as also my home in Tokyo. But guys, this is important that you listen to the people who invited you here. Get back with Tracy Conosoli there. Tracy of the Pink Cow, she is an entrepreneur. I've respected her. I've known her for many years. She knows what she's doing. She's actually filling my role. Had I been in Tokyo, I'd be doing this event myself. I'd be organizing it. I'd be inviting the VIPs. And, you know, you guys are the first right now. You are here. So I'm not going to talk anymore. That's it. You've heard enough. Get back with Dino. Speak to Dino, because he's the main guy who brought me in. He's the guy who introduced Michael Weeder to me. Michael Weeder is a big-time venture capitalist from Silicon Valley. You guys, if you want to do something that's bigger than what you've ever done in Japan, get started. Find out what you can do to be involved in this, whether you're promoting it, whether you're spreading it by kuchikomi, you know, whatever you're doing, whether you're spreading it by word of mouth, get back to the person who invited you here. Thank you so much for the time, Dino. I pass the mic back to you. Take care.